William Donahue was a man straight out of college who had only dreamed of starting his career in the financial industry world. He had started working as an IRA and mutual fund representative for the company of Edward Jones. Edward Jones is a very widely known company, so that being stated, it had already established a great reputation for itself and was looking for employees at the time to help bring fresh new ideas and really expand. If you were about to fast forward 8 years, he is now a family man with a wife and two beautiful kids, and he has the job of being a manager in one of the most widely known financial industry companies of John Hancock. There, he is in charge of the sales and purchases of mutual funds and securities. More importantly, is he not only this family man and my manager, but he's been my role model in my work environment and in my leadership growth. Hi, my name is Caitlin Bodie, and I work for John Hancock Investments as an IRA representative. And the purpose of this interview is to examine the leadership styles of one of my biggest role models in my life. What I would like to learn about Will is more how the journey in what it took for him to get to where he is now. What will it take for him to get where he wants to be in the future? And what made him keep trying after all the failure that does come with the leadership and success? I'm so intrigued about learning about the obstacles. And not only that, I feel like Will has some great insights into the leadership and financial industry world. I began my interview with Will by getting to know him and kind of getting a feel of who he is as a person before diving deeper into his personal life. And after I learned about his entry-level position, which is the current position that I hold, just within different companies, it made me feel a little bit more safe and secure, knowing that I do have a path. I just have to create it myself. Will's biggest leadership fail didn't come until after he moved up into an internal business consultant role within Edward Jones. There, he was in charge of leading and guiding many advisors and representatives into buying Edward Jones mutual funds, which can be a little bit tricky. He had been very strict and relied solely on himself a lot of the process through, only to realize that within the financial industry world, you need your team. You need everyone around you to make a real thing work. So, that being stated, he decided to switch his leadership roles and kind of move to John Hancock. There, he was able to test it out and see what fit him. And it took him until once he moved to John Hancock, he gained that management position where he is currently now in the sales of mutual funds. He has now taken the initiative of starting the Foundation of Trust and Communication, which was something that I learned a lot throughout my leadership degree here at ASU. After he really started to flourish, after he implemented all the communication and trust and creating foundations and not barriers between people, that's when his career really did start to flourish. Why? Because he started taking people and what they have to say a lot more seriously rather than himself. He is now one of the first people I run to when I have an issue, whether it's within a work environment or a personal environment. He does encourage and bring a lot of confidence and positivity into your life, which is something a lot of people such as myself thrive through. That being said, I think it is very important that followers can open and feel comfortable with their leaders and express different feelings and thoughts about them that not only resolve around work, but resolve around yourself. Leadership position is not only about the work environment that you are in, but it's about how you're going to grow within yourself. If you can't find the growth within yourself, then you can't find the growth within leadership. One of the biggest takeaways from the interview that I had was when Will said that whatever you are great at, be great at it and run with it. Meaning that everyone's going to have a skill that is going to excel beyond limits that anyone else has. For example, I feel I can establish a really great form of communication and I can maintain relationships very easily. And that's not always easy for some people. But to my knowledge, I take that and I use that as a skill and I build upon it. And I make myself better and better every time I do it. So it is great to take that skill and not only make it your own, but showcase it and help others. You never know what you might do for somebody else. It is very important to bring that positivity, interpersonal skills, and being able to take criticism and coach others is what really shapes a great leader. It is clear that Will learned his previous mistakes and obstacles have led to his great success. In conclusion, Will did demonstrate that it takes time to smooth out the edges and really fully mature into a leadership role. It doesn't come easy, it comes very naturally. But he also demonstrated that with enough passion, confidence, and self motivation, you can achieve almost anything that you are wanting. So, just remember that the only person who paves the path of success is you. You're in charge of that. So, figure out what leadership makes you and how is that going to make you a good leader. Thank you.